guys, Deathscyp here from YCG, your casual gamers. So this is part 1 of 2 for the last door being locked with a key. So we're going to create the key now in this video, and in the next video we're going to finish the program and connect it with the door. So in this one, we're going to create a bridge between the main character and the new item that we're going to create, which is the key. And this is what it should look like at the end. Also, we're going to have a physics aspect. We're going to add a physical look for a key that you can pick up using the starter content. And this is what it should look like at the end. You're going to open the door over here, get to the lift, and pick up the key. And when you pick it up, it says you picked up a key. So let's get started. Alright, so first thing first, you're going to go inside the first person character, and we're going to add a variable, call it key. And good. And we're going to make the variable a byte. Okay? Because when you add a variable, especially when it's an item, you want it's probably going to be an odd number. Like you're picking up a key, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so on. We're going to add a category and call it item. Enter. So the key is going to be stored there, and I'm going to put it editable. It's always for me, I like to put it there. That way, when I'm looking for a variable, I'm just looking for those that have the eyes. That way, it's those that I know I can play with, and the other ones is the ones I'm not supposed to touch. So compile and save, and we're pretty much done. And first person character, so let's put it down for now, just in case we come back. And now let's create the key. So right click, blueprint class, and actor. Call it a key, enter, and double click inside to create your blueprint. We're going to add a component and use the static mesh. Call it key again, compile and save, and let's figure out how it should be looking for the key. Now I don't have a key props, but if you do have one yourself that you want to use, you're more than welcome to use it. Like I said, I'm just going to use the starter content. That way everybody can do my tutorials, and it's simpler this way. And so just drag that little cube in there, and let's open this, compile and save, and let's make it look like some kind of key card. So maybe like this. Maybe I'm happy with this. That's perfect. Compile and save. And the other thing we're going to add is a box collision. So just click on the search and click box. And you're going to get the box collision. And you're going to understand what I'm doing in a second. Just try to put it... You're going to be able to play around with it after, but I'm just trying to make it as perfect as it is right away, so that I don't have to modify too much things after. That's pretty cool. Alright, and compile and save, and we're going to go inside the collisions, very important over here, and we're going to set it to block all. Now what does that do is that in the first person character, like I explained with the line trace in the last videos, it's going to look for an actor that it's hitting to carry on the on-interact event. So the laser pointer that's coming out of your character's camera is going to look for this message to interact with an object. So just to make sure you don't have to be super precise and get that little piece of key, we create a box collision around it so that it gives the player a marge where you could hit a little next to it and you can still pick up the key. It's less hard, and you can pick it up on the go. So you're done over here, and let's go right away. So make sure that it's set to block all, because if it's set to overlap, then the laser pointer is not going to touch the box. It's going to go through the box, and you don't want that. So let's go inside the event graph. Now what we're missing over here is the class setting. So we're going to put our interface. And my interface, I called it onInteract in the previous video. If your line trace uses another name, but if you've been following my videos, this is how you should have named it. It's very important that you um, look for the one that you set, because if you called it differently, then it's going to be called something else. Okay, I've had this question in my last video. They weren't able to find the onInteract. It's because when you created the onInteract interface, you didn't call the function onInteract. If you call it pickup item, then you're going to be looking for pickup item, right? As long as this is clear. Compile and save just to make sure we see the event. We're going to right click, event on interact, and there it is. So now what's going to happen over here is you want to go get that new variable you created inside the player blueprint and add +1, because you just picked up a key. So when you pick up this item, you want to add 1 to the keys that is on your character, the variable we created over here. You want to add +1, and after that, what should happen to the key? The key should disappear. So let's create that. So first thing first, you have to create a bridge of communication between the two programs. So how do we do that? In the event begin play, this is very useful because it fires up as soon as you load the level. So as soon as you press play or as soon as the level is loaded, this fires up for all your blueprints. So what does that tell you? If you want to create the bridge of communication, make it as soon as possible. That way the link is established. So you drag out from the arrow over here, and we're going to do cast to, I think it's over here, it says first person character. So let's go first person, and you're going to have first person character over here. There we go. The object is going to be get player character. Very important over here, because this is where you choose which character you're going to be created the link between. If this was a multiplayer game, you would have more than one, but since there's only one player in our game, we're always going to use the 0, which is 1, and the programming world. And now, if I wanted to, I could always copy this every time I want to drag a variable out of it. Sorry. Let's say I wanted to get the key, and I can get the key now. But instead of having to copy this all the time, let's make it simpler, and we're going to drag from this and we're going to promote it to a variable. Call it my character, and you're done. Here, see, comment, set defaults. Maybe I made a mistake, but that's not important. As long as I know what I'm doing, that's all that counts. So from here, compile and save just to make sure everything is nice and good. Okay, on interact, what happens? I always want to put this first because I always hate those spammers. The first program I created was like a sheep sound for like this stupid thing I was building. And my friend, the first thing he did when he started interacting with it, he started spamming the button. And it was very annoying, and I wanted to stop it. And this is the best tool for you. You just want it to happen once. At the same time, if you don't put this and the character presses fast twice on the key, it's going to pick it up twice before the key disappears. And you don't want that, because that would be cheating. So complete. What happens over here, you're going to go get that character. So hold control and drag it out. And get the key. Now simple math over here. So now you got the information. The information is, if you look over here, 0. So you want to make it +1. So what you're going to do, you're going to drag out of this and click plus on your keyboard, and you're going to get byte plus byte. And right away it gives you a little 1. So that's saving you a lot of step. Grab from here, we're going to set key. And drag this inside. So the result of this calculation brings the same variable to a new setting. So 0 plus 1 becomes 1. So now this variable that's inside the character is going to be, the value is going to be 1 now. So that means you have a key. Then just to troubleshoot our program, we're going to do a print string and write you got a key. You can remove that after, no problem. So now what's missing over here? So it happened only once. The calculation is right. You picked up the key, but now the key is still there. So you can, well, you won't be able to spam the program because it's only due once, but you want to make it disappear. So what do? You drag out of there and you write destroy actor. And voila. So now the key, when it picked up, it's going to destroy the actor that's in your scene. At the same time, it saves a lot of data. You don't want to have it always laying around when you picked it up. And that will be it for the key. So let's see if that works. So save all. We're going to put the key, I'm going to put it on the table over here. So just drag the key out. See, it's already still pretty good, big. I'm going to get it smaller, like that. And I can make it as small as I want. Since I made that box collision around it, then it's going to be easier for me to interact with it. If you really want it to be precise, just the collision of the item is going to be enough. But I like to have like a margin. It's going to be easier for the player to pick it up. Save all, and we should be done with our program right now. If I press play, open the door. That is, if you wanted to just put it in front of, you can put it anywhere in the level. I want to put it there. And this should work if I pick it up, and you got the key. And that's it. So the first part of the door locked with a key is done. In the next video, we're going to program the door to respond to the key. So have a good one. I hope you enjoyed this, and see you next time.